And then the mic was on, then everybody in the gallery was laughing.
Several years later, President Magsaysay had died.
Yes.
And Marcos proposed to Lacson a dream ticket,
Yes, yes.
two of them. And Lacson's response was, no way will I help you become president.
Yes, over my dead body. He said that.
That turned out to be prophetic,
Yeah.
because by 1962, he had gone. How dramatic was his death?
How dramatic?
Dramatic.
Dramatic? The nation was stunned when news went around that he had died. Kasi nga, he was very strong. And previous to his death, just a week before his death, he had this insurance, life insurance, and he underwent a medical examination. Nothing came on the results about him having a heart disease. So when it happened, so suddenly, the nation, I mean, the people, his friends, foes, and family, they were stunned. Bakit nangyari? So, people came in droves to their house just to verify. Kasi nga, parang surreal.
And there was a mystery to it because he died alone in a hotel room.
Yes, yes.
Or maybe not alone.
That was the rumor.
You actually addressed that rumor toward the end of the book.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that ever going to be resolved?
That is tough to answer. Kasi maybe, because I'm planning to come out with another book about Lacson, because the manuscript which I submitted to Millie and the publisher, it was about 1,700 pages. So a substantial portion was taken out. So I am planning, and I even told Millie, sabi ko kay Millie, I will publish by myself, self-publish, the entire 1,700 pages. Sabi ko, kahit meron na. Sabi niya, it's up to you. What about Anvil? Sige, sabi ni, at that time, Karina Bolasco was the publishing manager. Sabi raw ni Karina, it's okay, go ahead. Kung gusto ko.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's my expense. So, I'm planning to come out with that book sometime later, siguro. And then, all the stories that were excluded, tsaka yung unresolved, siguro, if you may call it that way, they will appear there in the book. Maybe.
President Estrada seems to look up to Mayor Lacson. And he put a statue of Mayor Lacson right in front of City Hall, looking like the cover of the book, actually. But that's not the only monument to Mayor Lacson, right?
The first monument, it now stands in Plaza, at that time it was called Plaza Goiti. During Mayor Atienza's time, it was renamed Plaza Lacson. It was the first monument. It was erected or put there in mid-1980s. What they did, what Atienza did, was to change the base of the statue. So, kasi mataas yun noon pag ganun parang. So now, straight na lang, tapos mas mababa. So that was the first monument, and the plaza was renamed Plaza Lacson. Then the next one, yung monument na yun is actually parang based din yun sa cover ng book Kaya lang yung the way it was carved yung carving ng monument is hindi ganun ka faithful reproduction of the actual Lacson. So the next one was put up by Atienza dun sa Baywalk. It was Atienza who made that possible. And then Lacson was seated on a bench reading a newspaper.
I started out by saying that Arsenio Lacson is one of those men who is referred to as the greatest president we never had. There's a handful of those men in our history. He's if you look at our presidents, he's one of the few mayors who seem to have a shot at the presidency.
Yes.
He didn't make it.
Yes.
Two others did.
Yes.
President Estrada and President Duterte. When I look at them, I see they're all bigger than life figures.
Yeah.
Lacson was also a media man on the side, so he used the media and benefited from that. Estrada is obviously a creature of the media, being a film star, and Duterte, a creature of the news media and also social media. And then you have their bigger than life personalities. Are they the same kind of leader?
In a way, but Duterte, Lacson stood out among these two. Kasi si Lacson is yung genuineness to serve public service, nandun talaga. Kahit mamatay siya, he was his family, his surviving family was practically penniless. So he never enriched himself during his office, during his term of office, and he was a man of action, and then he never got into any hanky-panky during his term. Talagang pure public service, to the extent that members of his family were excluded from the limelight. They were prevented from benefiting yung perks of the mayor's office. Unlike kay Erap or Duterte, Erap, family niya nasa politics, si JB, si Jinggoy, even the wife, si Dr. Loy Estrada. Si Duterte, ganun din. His children, si Sara, Paolo, nasa politics din. So, malaki yung difference eh. Tapos si Duterte, I mean, masyadong extreme kasi nga, even to the extent of killing persons, he would do it. Lacson was not like that. Talagang sa kanya, pure public service and in accordance with law.
The hanky-panky that you do record in the book is affairs.
Yes.
Which even his wife said she knew about, right?
Yes.
What did his wife say when she was asked about him having affairs?
The wife said, I never married the bakla. So, I mean, she knew, and even Millie, the daughter, and the other daughters knew that Lacson was having some affairs. But at that time, ang sinasabi ni Millie is, nung mother niya is, hindi naman serious yung affairs na yun. So they just let them go. Okay lang yun. So, pero when he died, suddenly, meron silang nakitang photo sa newspaper. There was an infant being carried over the coffin. Sabi ni Millie, the daughter, that's not my son. Sabi ni Millie, sino yon? That's the time nalaman nila na meron palang affair si Lacson na nag-aanak siya. And this is Arsenio Lacson.
Who works in City Hall now.
City Hall, oo. So doon nila nalaman. So at that time, hindi matanggap ni Lucy Lacson, the wife. I never knew this, sabi niya. Hindi ko alam to. So parang masakit siya. Kamamatay lang ng asawa, tapos madidiscover. So after nung burial, so the family decided to reach out. Kasi nga anak din ni Lacson. So eventually, as the child was growing, they invited the child to come over to the house, to the residence. So hanggang sa lumaki yung mga bata, the grandchildren of Lacson and his son Arsenio, parang they grew up together. Kaya ngayon, okay yung ano nila.
What does the family say about all the rumors and speculation about whom he was with when he died? Who else he may have fathered?
wala naman silang sinasabi. Basta sinasabi nila, even James Barbers, he's still alive. He's now in his 80s, early 80s. He was one of the bodyguards of Lacson. So sinasabi nila, rumors lang yan kasi at that time, maraming kalaban si Lacson sa politics. Even yung sinasabing kay Charito Solis, ang sinasabi ni Barbers, sabi niya is, marami siyang kalaban even to the extent na pati yung namatay daw siya, may kasama siyang babae, which is not true. Barber said that to me. Hindi totoo yun. Wala siyang kasama. Ang kasama lang niya is yung bodyguard na nandun sa labas. Tapos yung room boy that came to the room kasi nga, Lacson was already having an attack. So, no truth to the rumor. Pati yung kay Imelda, it's in the book, wala rin. Sabi ni Millie sa akin, Millie Lacson, sabi niya, kaibigan ko si Imelda at that time. Kakilala ko siya. Kaya it's, sabi niya, parang it's not possible na magkakaroon ng relasyon si Papa dito kay Imelda. Kasi nga, friends din kami, although hindi kami talagang best friends. Pero kakilala ko, parang awkward naman yun. Sabi ni Millie.
And yet, 50 years later,
the rumor
stories
persists. Yes, even the Charito Solis rumor persists. Siguro, urban legend.
June Brioso, we look forward to those books. Thank you very much for talking to us today.
Welcome.
Thanks, June.